Mr. Marvin Q. Lin.
Thank you very much, RJ. Good friend and Lee. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all. Nice to see familiar people who we have known, and thank you for the support throughout the years. Today, as RJ has said, is a really important moment in our company's history because at the time we most need it, we really need to bring the Philippines to the next level in the world. And to our company's purpose, which is to bring pride to Filipinos by providing world-class brands that will uplift everyone's life, is really coming true to life today. Our 5,000 employees and millions of consumers of Mega Sardines are really affected by what we do today. And we want to really bring this to the global stage, and we have a lot of exciting news for you. So this US expansion is an incredible milestone for our 51-year history, but it is not the finish line. Ito lang po ang simula sa lahat ng paglalaki ng growth ng Mega. As we look at what comes next, our role is to help build the next growth engine for our company and our country. We're moving beyond simply exporting products from the Philippines. We just don't want to be in the Filipino Asian stores. We want our products to be in all mainstream stores in the world. As you can see here, we have so many international brands. But yet when you go abroad, you don't see a lot of Filipino brands. Why is that? We have to showcase the best that the Filipinos can do, and I believe that Mega Sardines is one of the best that we can bring to the whole world. What we are looking towards is much bigger. We want to build an international platform that can take Filipino brands abroad, acquire and develop brands in other markets, access new fishing grounds and supply sources, and create businesses that compete at a global scale. Because if we can do it, the Philippines can. And we already have a strong reason to believe that this vision is taking shape. Working very closely with our great international sales partner, PPA, led by Jim, the turnaround artist, we are rapidly expanding our footprint. So we have recently entered Azerbaijan, Kenya, Jordan, and at least 10 additional countries in our developmental pipeline in the coming months. For a Filipino brand to do so, we could honestly say it's probably one of the fastest growing brands in the world right now. At the same time, the category itself presents a strong global opportunity. Our global push is supported by a growing appreciation of sardines. It's flying off the shelves worldwide. It's very nutrient dense, very good source of protein, and super healthy, and it's also a superfood and super affordable. So this gives us a unique opportunity to expand who Mega can reach by positioning Mega around quality, health, heritage, and value. So we have the opportunity to take sardines out of the ethnic food aisle and introduce a category to a new generation of mainstream American consumers. And as we look even further ahead, our dream is not simply to become a successful Philippine sardine brand. Our ultimate dream for a Filipino brand is to become the world's #1 brand of sardines. Thank you very much.
Marvin, thank you very much. And I just want to underscore something that truly resonated with me in this message, and that is we are still going to be a proudly Filipino brand, but we're not going to be merely in the ethnic food aisle, para sa mga Pilipino lang, para sa mga Asia, but we will introduce the category to a new generation of mainstream American consumers on their way to becoming the #1 sardine brand in the world. Again, palakpakan po ulit for our Chief Growth Officer, Mr. Marvin Q. Lin. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, from building the growth engine, we now turn to the dream that guides the journey. Mega's ambition goes beyond becoming a successful Philippine sardine brand. Again, its vision is to be a Filipino brand being recognized as the #1 sardine brand in the world, and that is a vision built behind quality, heritage, health, value, and more importantly, the courage and the resilience to think globally. to share the company's executive vision and what this milestone means for Filipino Pride. We are very happy to welcome the Chief Executive Officer of Mega Pride Foods, Ms. Michelle Chu Lim Chan.
Hello, good morning everyone. Well, first, thank you for coming and thank God for the better weather today. We really appreciate the media for making the effort to be here and for continued support for Mega through the years. Today is a very important milestone for us because it brings us closer to our purpose, to bring pride to Filipinos by providing world-class brands that uplift people's lives. The United States is one of the biggest consumer markets in the world. And there is a growing demand for the healthier, more convenient food. And sardines fit perfectly into that. Nutritious, convenient, and sustainable. In fact, National Geographic recently highlighted tinned sardines as nutrient-rich, widely available, and long-lasting. Sardines are also naturally rich in omega-3s, protein, and important nutrients. So we believe the humble sardines has a very big opportunity in America. And getting into Kroger makes this milestone even bigger. Kroger is one of the largest retailers in America, with thousands of stores across the country and millions of customers every day. So for Mega Sardines, to earn a place on Kroger shelf is something we are extremely proud of. But there is another part of the story that makes today a very special for me. We came to America with a dream. We joined Expo West. We traveled to Cincinnati. We met with Kroger at their home base. We spent months studying the market, preparing, negotiating, and working to earn our place in their shelves. And now it is happening. But look at the timing. Our first Kroger rollout is starting Kroger's hometown in Cincinnati. And exactly the same time, Alex Ayala is competing in the Cincinnati Open. We could never have planned that. Sometimes you work hard, you prepare, and you do everything you can, and God puts the pieces together. For me, this is one of those moments. We also have Stge of Vienna, one of the world's best pole vaulters, carrying our flag and showing that Filipinos can stand shoulder to shoulder with the best in the world. Filipinos can compete on the world stage. Mega Sardines carries that Filipino pride onto the shelves of one of America's biggest retailers. This is our dream for Mega, to become the #1 sardines brand in the world. Looking back at everything that had happened to bring us here today, I can only say, thank you, Lord. Thank you for opening doors for us. Thank you for bringing the right people together. Thank you for giving our team the courage to dream bigger. And thank you for allowing a Filipino company like Mega to have this opportunity. Mega Sardines is Filipino pride. And we hope all of you will help us today, tell us a story, and make this dream happen. From the Philippines to the United States, and hopefully to the rest of the world. This is just the beginning. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Again, Mr. Thank you so much. Thank you for welcoming us to the Mega Prime headquarters. And very interesting note, if you were following the news, no? Honestly, I just won the first set here today against Ms. Moman, as Mr. Lang, as we bring Mega to the rest of the world. As you can see, we've got Filipino diaspora cheering for her from the rafters. Hopefully, when we see Mega Sardines in the mainstream aisles in Kroger's, Pinoys will also be cheering from them from the aisles and, of course, buying them at the same time. Now, this global opportunity becomes even clearer when we look at Mega's progress in the US and its expanding presence in other strategic markets. The Kroger opportunity actually began as a limited test and grew into a broader rollout across approximately 2,750 stores under Kroger and its affiliated banners. This includes stores like Mariano's, Fry's, Dillon's, and Ticket Safe in the US. This represents an important validation of Mega's quality, operational readiness, and potential to reach not only Filipino-American consumers, but also the much larger mainstream American market. And to discuss Mega's international market growth and the company's strategy for winning American consumers and expanding to other parts of the globe, please welcome the international market partner of the turnaround artists, Mr. Jim Lafferty.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning. I just want to tell you a few stories that will help explain my small role in this amazing project. 20 years ago, 2006, I arrived in Manila. I was the new CEO of Procter & Gamble and replaced the legend of my predecessor, Mr. John Kua. And there are I've lived in 20 countries in my life. There are two types of countries that you live in. Countries that you feel at home in, and countries that you know you're a visitor. And for whatever the great reasons were, the minute I landed at NAIA Airport, I was home. This was like I felt at home. And I threw myself into the Philippine society, not only as an executive at Procter & Gamble, but I became a professor at Ateneo de Manila, at De La Salle, Taft, and at UP Diliman. On top of that, I went to Matafa and said, I used to coach track and field in the United States. I will be a volunteer free coach for a salary of $1 a year. So $1 a year is all I want. I'll coach and help out. And one of the first athletes that they gave me was a high school kid named Ernest John Obiena. So I started working with EJ, long time ago. I discovered something in all those little projects, which was the Philippines wasn't good, the Philippines was great. World-class talent, world-class capability, and not only competitive with the world, but capable of beating the world. And I told my students many times at La Salle or at UP, don't ever put your head down to some Harvard MBA. You guys are better than the Harvard MBAs. I taught at Harvard, I taught at Stanford, I taught at many different universities. I'll put a UP kid against them any day of the week. And I told EJ from very early on, don't be thinking about the SEA Games. You need to think about the Asian Games, the World Championships, the Olympics, because you're that good. And it's not only in sports, it's not only in students, it's also in business. This is an amazing company and makes world-class products, and we felt that we could sell the U.S. In November of 2025, I flew to Cincinnati and met with the Kroger executives. And they're not skeptical, but they've never heard of Mega. And so they brought in a team of Kroger employees who are experts at sardine tasting. And they bring in this French guy from the IT department, and he's there, bonjour, I'm an expert in sardines. And we open the cans of Mega, and this guy dips his fork in, and he tastes it, and he looks at the management. He doesn't look at me. He looks at the management of Kroger, And he says, "Sing bon, this is great." And then he said in English, "This is the best sardine I've ever tasted." And with that, Kroger was thinking hard. Then they realized that Mega had something very special. It's the only sardine in the world to be certified by the Medical Wellness Association and American Medical Association. And with that, Kroger said, "We're going to do it." And it took 9 months of hard work. Michelle and Marvin and their team going around the U.S., learning about consumers, going to the Natural Food Show, all of those types of things. This has been a long project to bring to fruition. But it really underscores the competitiveness of Filipino products and Filipino athletes and Filipino talents on the world stage. And I think this is a great moment. This is equal to EJ, winning the medals. He won last night in Poland, a gold medal. This is equal to the Alexialis, the business equivalent. And so it's a very proud moment. I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it. And, thank you for coming. Thank you for braving the rain. And we'll be ready for Q&A later. Thank you very much.
Okay, Jim, thank you so much for supporting the best, the brightest here in the Philippines, and that, of course, includes Mega Sardines at the same time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to let you know that Mr. Lafferty has been instrumental in Mega's international momentum from the US to other new markets, which include Azerbaijan, Kenya, Jordan, and in the pipeline, more countries for Mega Sardines, a truly global brand from the Philippines. And at the center of this journey is a purpose that is deeply, deeply Filipino, and that's to bring pride to the Philippines by providing world-class brands that uplift people's lives. For 51 years, Mega has carried a commitment to serving Filipino families with affordable, healthy, and nutritious food. Today, that commitment is reaching an even broader audience, while the brand continues to carry the story and the spirit of the Philippines into the global marketplace, and to share the company's heritage and reflect on the journey from humble beginnings to the US shelves. It is my honor and my privilege to welcome the founders of Mega. Please welcome their founder and chairman, Mr. William Tiu Lin, and their founder and vice chair, Ms. Marilu Tiu Lin.
Okay, ladies first. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone for attending this very, very special event. And actually, this is really something that I'm very, very proud, because it's very hard to penetrate the mainstream market, especially in the US, especially the sardines. You can find sardines everywhere in the ethnic aisle, in the Filipino store, but never in the mainstream market. So we are very, very happy with the help of teams that we were able to do it. And the one thing that I can say that distinguishes us from other companies and other sardines is because we only do fresh canned sardines, and we are all free fishing vessels, and we have been in fishing for more than 50 years. So we are very proud that we are very different from other sardines companies. We have our own source of fish, and we preserve our preservation start from catching and to canning, which is very distinct and unique to our company. That's why I'm very, very proud that can say that this is a product that we can be proud worldwide. And now, and the nutrition that you can get from this is really something that is now in trend. So we hope that this will be a very success in the US and other countries. Thank you. With the help of all of you and support, I know this will happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you on my behalf. Speaking about how Omega is. Pero when we started, I never thought that positions representing Philippine brand to the global market. At that time, we just like to say that, well, let's make a better product for our Filipino counterpart. My reservations start from catching and not from mechanic side. And we got intentions for Filipino to have that nutritional product at very low cost. At thank to God that we have sufficient raw materials to do it. Now, we are looking at the international market. All because our CEO and our MT thinking that we should be doing better than just the local market. We have enough supply so that we could expand internationally. And thanks to Jim for opening our mind. No, you are not a Filipino brand only. You can be globally competitive and globally known. I would like to thank now our private sector representative of Tatak Pinoy, Mayos, for being here. DTI came out with Tatak Pinoy products, and which is supposed to be promoting local brand to international market. That is what is important because sayang ang brand natin na hindi natin masishare sa iba. And having the goodness of the Sardines and being certified by the MWA, why are we the only one? Because the process that we have is from catching to canning. Ano ibig sabihin? We are actually a fishing company. No? We catch and better preserve and put it on can and distribute. While the others, if they are just buying from other fishermen, who cares about quality? Who cares about more ice? Who cares about adding salt back to the fish? Because they are just fishing. But for us, we have to come up with a very good product. Quality-wise, exceptional. And that's the start of from catching to canning. And we've done a lot of innovations in our fishing side just to get that quality in place. And thank to God, we were able to get the certification from WMA and which trust us to entering the US market. And of course, this will be affecting also our other export because the standard becomes higher. And this is not just ordinary food. It is very nutritional and it's for health benefit. Maganda talaga. Of course, with my behalf here, contributing to the history of Omega. Of course, the direction is also expanding worldwide. Hindi tayo ba makaka-proud wherein we could see a product Filipino origin in other countries? Walang sagot. Tulog pa yata kayo. Do you like to have a Filipino product? Dito, dalawang tao lang. No? Yes. And we are very proud also to represent the Philippines because that's our pride. Kaya sinasabi natin, the fish is being caught in Zamboanga. Malapit road and local resources. And what more can you ask for para sa majority of the Philippine people to have that nutrition at a very affordable price. Yeah, I hope that Tatak Pinoy can do more because there are a lot of Filipino brands that would need help in expanding into international market. And of course, this achievement makes us proud to see that Filipino brand is really worth something to fight for in the international market. Mahirap, pero since we started fishing, going into canning operations, into delivery, into can making operations, every step of the way on the journey, it's difficult. But do we give up? No. Because the end vision is the product has to be exceptional. And by exceptional, you have to do something different. It cannot just be the traditional method of preservations, distributions, marami pa kailangan. Okay? Anyway, it's good for the team and for this presentation. I hope you could help us in going out and telling Filipino people that we have a good brand, that they could help us also in achieving in the global community. Again, maraming salamat at have a good day. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. William and Mary Lynn. They are not just a power couple, but they are a mega power couple who put together mega service. But power couple is animal founders who started this stuff and still gonna bring it even further than what they imagined. And just to remind all of our friends from the media,